All right, everybody, it's a broadcast of the Ebony Star Network, sponsored by the E Nation. I am the Black Knight, and this is a Gangsta Talk. Tonight we're going to talk about separating at the black woman. Some of you know this phrase as separating at the hip or separating at a particular point in your journey or going to the extent where you can go no more and then you go your own way, separate from someone else's way. Well, with a lot of brothers on YouTube, there's some brothers, believe it or not. Some people think that I hate black men, which is crazy. I'm a black man. I mean, I would hate myself. I don't hate black men. I just can't work with a lot of black men. But there's some brothers on here that if it wasn't for us separating at the black woman, then not only I could work with, but I would like to work with. And I'm going to name some names tonight. And I will tell you why I can't work with these brothers. Although I believe that these brothers have some good intentions for black people, it's a shame that that is blocked by their hatred of black women. I'm deeply disappointed at some of these brothers out here who really have the goods to work together with black men so we can clean this shit up. But they have a hatred for black women, and that's where we separate. I'm never going to have a hatred for black women. I don't give a damn who says what to who. And as long as these brothers and brothers like these have this sentiment towards black women, there will always be a separation between me and them. Let's talk a little bit about it, all right? It's Gangsta Talk, up right now. Drop it.
Yeah, son. There's mad kids out there getting cream for the 9 bro. Yeah, and I've been doing this for a long time. Shoot the game, going for mine.
All right.
And this is the year when mad caps get peeled. So I'ma spark this line, kick the real.
Bang them out.
With all this chaos in the realms of the street, your local street dog got to make ends meet. The average Joe's far too slow for this ghetto bro. You better know, when I hit the streets, I like to glow, I like to glisten. And at the same time, stay low, listen, motherfuck the fame. I'm pursuing the dope. My stilo is symbolic to a kilo. Cash is popping, coke is cooking, beans is copping. Ain't that some shit? A player that's used to living rich is now a sticky kid, caught up in a ditch. In 94, Giuliani kicked down the door. In 95, niggas flipped to stay alive. Peeling caps while I laugh. In the stats, the 4.5. Remy in the glass. Spark the boom, then I blast. They wanna confine me. Sneak up from behind me. Bust a cap in my back and put me where they can't find me. They hate to see a young player pay. I don't wanna see that, son. They rather see him spray. But I'm like Diddy, a Terminator, squeeze the lead off. Using verbs and nouns like rounds to blow your head off. Hitting up spots, heating up blocks. Invested in stocks like Colombian blow crops. I'm out to get cream and ain't no doubt in my mind. Fuck this broke shit, I'm hit, I get down for mine. I get down for mine. I get down for this. I get down for hands in the air. I get down for mine. I get down for hands on the regular. Shit, no fear. I get down for mine. I get down for this. I get down for hands in the air. I get down for mine. I get down for this on the regular. Shit, I hear you wanna be a player. I ain't someplace you bet. Let's play a game of real nigga roulette. With this a DOA as I spray the melee. Contact and punctuation is compared to AKs. You in a daze. Overdose for pure funk. I'm fucking off like Tommy Gibb. My karma's a boost smoke. Decapitated rappers in my trunk. I'm sick, pumping skunk, bouncing with my click, popping mega jump. I'm getting back while these clowns be zigzagging. What's this talk about flipping keys? Come on, you're nickel bagging. I'm blasting off wings and making doubters believe it. You see, I was packing heaters when jokers was banging cheerleaders. Ain't nothing changed, it's still the same in the rap game. I'm known for banging rookies out the frame. Y'all done forgot who was the pimp from the start. Sipping vintage wine, eating a la carte. I'm phenomenal from the abdominal. Far from comical lyrics and sticking the brains like barnacles. Never sleep. I'm bringing the drama to the streets with techniques and rolling in fleets. Ain't nothing sweet about the streets, so I'm poetically ill. I'm pure like cook up and lyrics shine like fish scale. I got the banger at your throat and you ain't showing no signs. K-Dep, let them know I get down for mine. I get down for mine. I get down for mine. I get down for mine.
All right. What's going on, everybody? Welcome to Gangsta Talk, late night edition. I just want to come on here and talk about a few things. Some things been on my mind for the last month or so. Shout out to Dame Frankie, my little sister. Everybody knows that's my little sister by now. And I love her to death. You know what I'm saying? She's a sweet person, good lady. She was viciously attacked by a lunatic named RBR. But we'll get into all that some other time. And but something I want to talk about. People keep asking me for solutions. Solutions aren't hard, believe it or not. We have a lot of solutions out here for the black community. It's just that the problem is working those solutions. And the reason why we can't work those solutions most of the time is because of how we think and because what our particular stances are that we won't deviate from. Now, I have a stance that, and you know what? I'm gonna start with myself, right? I'm going to say that I'm guilty of a stance that I'm never going to deviate from. There is never going to be a workaround. There's never going to be a compromise. And that's my stance on the black woman. Anybody that knows me knows me. I'm loyal to the black woman. I'm going to stay loyal to the black woman. I'm never not going to be loyal to the black woman, and I'm not going to negotiate my loyalty to the black woman because the black woman is my race. I'm pro-black. So I'm never going to be against her at any point in my entire lifetime. And because I have that strong of a stance, I have amassed quite a few enemies. Mostly brothers, some women too. Not many women, but some women too. How ironic is that, right? Some of my enemies are black women. With my stance on black women, I actually have a few black women who are dead set against me. I don't know how that's working either, but it is what it is. I understand why the brothers. But then again, no, you know what? I don't even understand why the brothers are against it because here is the deal. I don't mind working with people. I work with people every day that I don't even like because it's business. I take care of business. Okay, so there's brothers on YouTube that I would like to work with, but I can't work with because we separate when it comes to the black woman. Now, let me tell you what I mean by separate at the black woman. It's like you take a journey with someone and y'all walking the path together and everything is cool until y'all get to a particular point in that journey. And you can't get past that particular point. And at that point, you decide to go your separate ways. Well, for me, the black woman is that point. For me, with a lot of other brothers on here. Once we get to the black woman, we separate. There's brothers on here I would like to rock with. I would like to work with. There's some brothers on here I really think got some serious substance and can really help do something for black people. But when we get to the black woman, their hatred for black women causes me to go in a different direction. See, I don't hate the black woman. I never will. And so when these brothers get to that point and I see how they really feel about the black woman, that's where we separate. Let me start throwing out some names there. When I used to be in the manosphere, there was a brother there that they called the master teacher. His name was BGS. Shout out to BGS. Me and BGS never had any beef. I think BGS is a smart brother. But, and I think that BGS has a lot of information for black people and can really help out some black people. But when it comes down to the black woman, he has a different view, a view that I don't agree with. And that's where me and BGS separate. Angry Man. I think Angry Man is a good brother too. I think Angry Man can motivate black men in a way. But again, can't work with him either. When it comes down to the black woman, he has a different view than mine. Okay? One brother that I really, really regret not being able to work with, I wish I could work with, because he's a true elder. I talked to this brother a long time ago, one time. Elder J. Speed. And shout out to J. Speed if he's listening. Elder J. Speed, a true black elder. I mean, this is a real elder. But even as great as an elder as he is, his thoughts about black women, his views on black women, I have to separate from him too. Can't work with him either. I can't work with no man that has a negative view and understanding of black women or hatred for black women. I can't do it. Because to me, that's no different than turning on your own race. You know, and so, Brother BMT, my veteran brother, you know, I frequent his channel every now and then. BMT got some good things going on. I mean, I'm not so sure about the conservative thing. I ain't really into the conservative thing. But BMT got some ideas and thoughts that I believe are very helpful for black people. But then again, when it gets down to the black woman, him and I are on opposite sides of the coin. And I can't work with him either, even though I think that BMT is decent and have some things going on. And then, you know, he's a man of substance. But when it comes down to the black woman, I can't work with him. We don't have the same understanding about black women. A brother named MOT. Good brother to have a conversation with when it comes down to black men, but when you get down to black women, you flew off the deep end. Can't roll with him either. And then there were some brothers I just flat out can't work with, like RBR. An absolute lunatic. An absolute lunatic. Anti-black. Hates black people. He values an argument over human life. And the sad part about it is arguments he can't even win. He's so hell-bent and so obsessed with debates. Debates are more important to him than actual human life, which makes his whole stance contradictory, confusing, convoluted, delusional, psychotic, and so forth. Right? So I can't work with him because he's absolutely crazy. And he routinely attacks black women. And so, and then we have a lot of black men who are drama seekers. They sound, you know, at some point, you can, at some point, they sound like they're cool. But they're really not. And they're really not interested in doing anything. They're just here to be in the conversation about drama. They show up talking about things like, what's going on now? Who did what to whom, when, and why? That's all they're here for. They're not really here for any kind of upliftment or movement for black people. They're just here for negative information because that's what they're entertained by. And so can't work with them brothers either because first of all, there's really nothing to work with because they're not serious to begin with. But there are brothers out here that I've been listening to that I said, man, I could really work with that brother, but he has a problem with black women. So that negates me working with that brother. And I really regret not being able to work with Jay Speed. I really like Jay Speed. Jay Speed is a true elder. But again, his views on black women, I can't rock with. Same thing with BJ. BJ's, smart brother, elder. But his views on black women, I can't rock with. And this is no disrespect to those gentlemen. I don't have any beef with these gentlemen. It's just that, it's unfortunate that we can't work together because of where I stand and where they stand about black women. And I'm never going to change my stance. My stance is permanent. My stance is not just a stance, it's my lifestyle. It's built in. I'm permanently loyal to the black woman. I'm never going to change. I'm never going to hate black women. That's never going to happen. I'm never going to see these guys who have all of these problems with black women. I'm never going to see it your way. So it's a waste of time for you to try to convince me. I'm an immovable object when it comes down to the black woman. Because I see too many things that you don't see. Many of y'all just complaining and hollering and screaming and kicking and screaming because you're lazy, you're immature, you don't want to do anything with your lives, you have no ambition, you point fingers and you want to blame others. That's pretty much what you guys are about. That's why we can't rock together. And it's a shame because there's a lot of brothers I see online I would like to work with, but for their view on black women. Like I said, Brother BMT, I don't agree with the conservatism, but I think Brother BMT got some real good solutions that can help black people that I would like to work with him about. But again, his view on black women prevents me from doing so. And there's no disrespect to Brother BMT. That's my military veteran brother. There's no disrespect there. I'm just being realistic about what I see. Now, people want to take that the wrong way or whatever. Go right on ahead. I don't mean it that way. But if that's the way you want to take it however you want it. But like I said, the guy I really regret not being able to work with is Brother J Speed. Brother J Speed is that's one of the truest elders I found here on social media. That's a real black elder. J Speed is the real deal. But again, his views on black women is disappointing. I would think that an elder such as him would have more of a different approach about it, but I guess not. Art Nutshell, super talented brother, cool brother to talk to, smart. Again, his views on black women. Okay? These guys are knee deep in this gender war. I don't know. I don't know what they're going to win, but they're knee deep into it. The whole manosphere. They're in the gender wars. They're playing a losing game. They're fighting a losing battle, going down a bad path. And like I said, and you got a lot of brothers trickled in who are just here for drama. They don't care what's going on. To some black brothers, everything's funny. Everybody could be burning alive, running around, screaming and hollering. It's funny to some black dudes. Some black people on here, their mind is broken. It doesn't work. The elevator doesn't go, forget about the elevator going to the top. The elevator doesn't work at all. Okay? The elevator doesn't even work. They just broke it, like City of Truth. His mind is broken. He's a mindless troll. Okay? He's a miserable person. He's not the only one. I mean, who makes 40 accounts to just troll people? That's misery. But we have these kinds of people online. And you know, you got brothers who are just here for drama, and they're not here for nothing else. They don't take none of this stuff seriously. Everything's funny, no matter what it is. You know, everything's a joke. And you can't listen. You got to make sure you have your emotions in check when you're on social media. Okay? Because people on here don't give a damn about anything. Okay? You have to really choose your friends carefully on social media. Because most of the people on social media ain't about shit. They'll stab you in the back. They'll fuck you over. They'll ambush you in the middle of nowhere here. I've been ambushed on my own channel. I've been ambushed on other people's channel and my own channel. I had somebody try to usurp me on one channel simply because he wanted the fame that I had on that channel. When you really got petty people on here like that. And there's some people on here with some fucked up mind. I mean, fucked up. I mean, you got people on here who do nothing but negative shit, right? And then complain about other people doing negative shit. And you got people watching them doing it, talking about their right. Like, let's take, for instance, RBR. RBR does nothing but tell lies every fucking day, right? He sits up here, he insults black people to no end. If he was white, his channel would be canceled. The shit that he's saying over there, if he were white, his channel would be canceled. White people can't even get away with what he's doing over there. Okay? Now he does call us coon niggas and dumb niggas and call the black women bitches and hoes. And people sit up there and they watch him do that, right? But try to make excuses for him for not doing it. They know they can lie about his face, right? About everything. But try to make excuses for him. They condone what he does. Simply because they're looking for entertainment. And not just entertainment. Some of them are fucked up too. I mean, let's call it what it is. Let's let the cat out of the bag. Some of the people that go over there that condone that shit are just as fucked up as he is. Like the little girl Kai. He's as crazy as he is. She thinks he's a female version of him. You know? You got trolls over there. And it's just a fucking cesspool over there. And he ain't the only one. It's people like him are the reason why our communities are fucked up and the reason why we keep following bad people. We keep doing bad things like protecting bad black people. But let me get back to guys that I can work with. There's a lot of guys I would like to work with on YouTube, but because of their stance on black women, we are separated. Like, for example, you got in the chat room, you got woke progressive, a homosexual, right? Who is an absolute pathological liar, a very creative liar at that. He says he's running for public office. Well, he should fit in, right? Being a politician, because he's a very creative liar. He will make a lie up about you in the middle of a conversation, like it's no big deal. And I believe he's romantically involved with RBR. I believe he's RBR's side chick. Now, here's a homosexual who believes that white culture is better than black culture. Now, we talk about intelligence a lot, right? Intelligence is thrown around on social media like it's a cup of water. A lot of people don't really know what true intelligence is. They think that if you go to school, you learn how to spell, read, and write, and articulate a little bit better, and that's real intelligence. Well, it really isn't. You know, real intelligence comes from being able to create something out of nothing, being able to walk up to a situation that you've never seen before and create a solution. That's real intelligence. Like if I say to you, here's some wood, here's some hammers, and here's some nails. I want you to build me a piano. Now, where does the intelligence come in at? Do you think you have enough to build a piano? Probably not. But that's where your intelligence comes in. You have to figure it out. A lot of people can't do that because they're not really intelligent. Well, Progressive says he's intelligent. A regurgitator, a white supremacist talking point, says he's intelligent. Whenever I hear a regurgitator, a white supremacist talking point say he's intelligent, I always roll my eyes and shit. Like, here we go again, a fucking coon using white supremacist talking points. He looks at black people the way white people look at black people. He looks at black people like super predators, and our kids are dangerous, and things of that nature. And that we have low IQs, even though the IQ test doesn't even measure intelligence. Matter of fact, you do better with the Wonderlic. The Wonderlic is a better measurement of intelligence than the IQ test. Right? Matter of fact, the Wonderlic test is extremely hard. It's given to quarterbacks in the NFL. Why? Because quarterbacks have to process a large capacity of information very quickly and be accurate with their decisions. That takes some serious brain power. That's why they're given the Wonderlic test, because the Wonderlic test can tell an organization if this quarterback can handle that kind of intellectual pressure. Now, the Wonderlic test can be designed for anything, jobs, just true, pure intelligence, scientific intelligence, medical intelligence. Oh, that Wonderlic test is pretty up there. That's a better measurement, a more accurate measurement of intellect than the IQ test. A guy like woke progressive probably couldn't pass a Wonderlic test. A Wonderlic test is very hard, y'all. It's not an easy test. It's not an easy test to take. Okay? So, woke progressive has given up. Well, then again, he's a homosexual, so he's given up his manhood. So it's not far for him to give up on black people at that point. You have to understand, he has given up his manhood. So giving us up is nothing. And so he talks about intelligence, but he wants to debate black people on whether white culture is better than black culture. And he called that being smart. And he said that white people culture is so much better than ours. Is that right? Well, I don't see people copying and appropriating white culture all over the world. Our culture is being appropriated everywhere, copied everywhere. I mean, we could sit and point things out to Mr. Woke Progressive about black culture, but it would be a waste of time, you see, because you're talking about, and now an anti-black man who believes that he's white and believes that his blessings lie with the Caucasian. Now, maybe at some point, Woke Progressive was a person of substance and some kind of dignity and integrity. That probably was a long time ago. Because he has none of those attributes now, none of those qualities. As a matter of fact, if I called him a piece of shit, he probably wouldn't mind. Well, now he says in the chat room that he loves our people. That's a lie. That's an absolute lie. He doesn't. He doesn't love our people. Do not believe that. He cares nothing for our people. This is the type of guy that will let you, this is the type of dude that will let a black child die because he would probably think if that child came from a single parent home, the child would be better off dead. That's the kind of mentality that he has towards black people. Same kind of mentality that RBR has. That's why they're cool with each other. Both of them are absolute anti-black. There's nothing black about either one of them. But at least RBR is a lunatic. At least he has an excuse. Well, progressive seems to be in his right state of mind. Seem to be. But don't be fooled by him one bit. He cares nothing for black people. At all. Now, such men exist here on social media. I ran into them just like I ran into some brothers that I would like to work with. But we can't seem to get over the black woman thing. See, I'm never going to change my stance on black women. Well, progressive hates black women. See, all these gay dudes hate black women. I get that. Well, actually, I don't get that. I don't understand how a man hates women. You know, I mean, you have a penis. They have a vagina. How can you ever hate the vagina? That's ridiculous to me. You understand? That you'd rather smell shit every day. A man's human shit and body odor every day. Than to be in, but then to have the soft, feminine, sweet smell and warmth of a woman in your arms. You got me fucked up. How do you switch the two? And well, progressive, you're a nasty, disgusting human being. You'd rather smell a man's musk, the crack of his ass, than to have the sweet scent of a woman. You got me, dude. You got the game fucked up, bro. All you gay niggas are crazy. Nobody is going to convince me that any of you are in your right state of mind. You got the game completely fucked up. Okay, completely fucked up. But getting back to what I was saying, it's a journey, and I want to come on here a little bit tonight and talk about being able to work with some brothers. A lot of people think that I'm anti black male, and I'm not. I am a black male myself. They say I hate black men. No, I don't. There's a lot of black men on here I would love to work with so we can get some solutions going on in the black community. The problem is that when it comes down to the black woman, we separate and can no longer work with each other. They hate black women and I don't. They blame black women and I don't. They have a problem with black women and I don't. And that's where we separate. That's where we go our separate ways. We separate at the black woman. Everything is cool. We walking down the journey until we reach the black woman and boom, we can't go any further. Okay? Now, a lot of brothers on here can't stand me. They don't like me. They hate me. I've heard brothers talking about me in other chat rooms. I was sitting in the clouds. They talked about me like a dog. Don't even know me, never met me. Don't know me, never met me at all. But talked about me like I was a fucking talked about me like I was the worst motherfucker that ever came on social media. Never met me, never spent any time talking to me, nothing. And let me tell you why though. It's because of my stance on black women. Nothing else. They don't know me any other way. They know my channel. They know that I love black women. And they hate me for it. Even the girl Kyle over at RBR's channel. She tried to shine on me and say that I don't love black women. Simply because I think the guy that she loves and she follows, RBR, is a freaking lunatic. Now I get it, she's standing by her man. But let's be realistic. I would never tear down something good simply because they disagreed with the people that I rode with. Good is good, and bad is bad. Now, if it was bad, that'd be another story. But if it's good, I'd be like, well, I disagree and keep moving. I'm not going to go try to tear down. Why would I try to tear down something good and take that away from other people? That would mean that I'm a terrible person myself. See, that's what's wrong with a lot of people here on social media. A lot of you are awful people. Your disagreements don't just stop with you the way they should. They spill over into other people that don't have anything to do with you. And you don't give a shit about it. A lot of you don't give a fuck who you hurt or who you take away from. You understand? And that's one of the biggest problems. Hold on 1 second. Dame, come in here real quick. I'm frozen.
Okay.
I'll be right back.
All right, everyone. Yeah. Oops. Didn't mean for that. Yeah. So yeah. There's a lot of guys like that. I've even had some decent conversations with some of the most heart and manosphere dudes. And one on one, you can have a conversation, but there's some things they don't been at, and and there's no reasoning with them. Or they can't see things your way. Are they so intent on their hatred or their whatever it is that they fussing about that lose out lose all part of the conversation. Uh-huh.
Okay, I'm back. Shout out to
Mm-hmm.
Miss FedEx in the building, Rodney Mallory, and so forth or whatever. But it's like I said, I would never try to tear down something good for other people simply because they didn't rock with the people that I rocked with. I would have to be a whole terrible person to want to do something like that and take away from other people that never did me any harm. But then again, you have some terrible people here online. There are people online who are absolutely out of their damn mind and should be in a freaking nut house. Some people, I'm not even sure how they're walking around in public. Some people shouldn't be on the street. I bullshit you not. I've heard the mentality of some people on here, and they shouldn't be on the street. They should be locked up in a nut house getting mental treatment. Now, people say, well, what's the solutions? What's the solutions? There are plenty of solutions. Problem is, the reason why we can't get to those solutions because the black woman is in the way. And she shouldn't be in the way. The black woman shouldn't be in our way to do anything. But these men put the black woman in the way as a roadblock, and they use her as a roadblock, and they use her as a shield to hide failure. When they point fingers at her, she becomes a human shield to their failure. Every time you turn around, they're throwing the black woman in front because they are failures. A lot of these dudes are flat out scared. They don't want to try to do anything. They are afraid. And they can sit up here and say what the fuck they want to say. But guys old like me who come from the old school, from the old black top who ain't afraid of shit, we know what fear is. I know what fear is when I see it and hear it. A lot of these red pill guys, they're a bunch of scared little mental teenagers. Oh, I ain't trying to do nothing to the black community. I'm not going to fix nothing in the black community because mentally they are afraid. They don't want to be grown men. They are boys who have become addicted to living in a crib because a crib is a safe haven for a child. They have a crib-like mentality lifestyle. A lot of these guys, they on YouTube. Yeah, the black woman ain't shit, but when you go and look at the woman they have, she's like a mother figure. I've seen some of these guys get played out live on air by their girls. They talking all this rah-rah shit. As soon as their girls show up in the camera, they, oh, baby. No, baby, I'm okay. I didn't know you was coming home this early. Okay, you startled me. That tells you right there who's boss in the house. And then some of these dudes are rebelling against their girlfriends while their girlfriends are at work. While the girlfriends are at work, making the money to pay all of the bills, they're on social media rebelling against us. Yeah, the black woman ain't shit. The black woman is a ghetto gagger. The black woman is a terrible person. I'm rebelling against my girlfriend. She's at work right now. She can't hear me. Then when girlfriend shows up, talking about some nigga what you did all day. Oh, hey, baby. I'm chilling. I didn't know you was coming home this early. Seriously. And this is why I can't work with a lot of brothers, man. There's some brothers on here I would like to work with, even though they got a bad stance on black women. Some of them got some real serious substance that can help black people. And it's a shame we can't utilize that because of their hatred for black women. It's a waste. Not all of these brothers who talk this crazy shit are dumb Negro. Some of these brothers really got some shit going on, really have some substance that can help black people. But because they hate black women, we can't bring that into fruition. We can't build a coalition. We can't get together. We can't work together. And let me tell you something. I've had friends my whole life. I've had enemies my whole life, right? But I've always known my enemies. I have enemies on here I don't even know. Never seen before, never met, don't even know who the fuck they are. But they hate the fuck out of me because I love black women. There are people on here who are trying to find anything to tear down the Black Knight's image. But let me tell you something about the Black Knight, me. I didn't give myself that name. But I wear that name with honor because that name was given to me by the women that I love. A black woman gave me the name the Black Knight. Another black woman told me I had the spirit of Michael, a protector. So how did I get this name? Why would that woman say that? It's because it's something in me, right? They saw something in me. I didn't name myself the Black Knight. I came on here as Maximum Black, hardcore pro black. But it's my natural ability, it's my natural stance, and it's my natural love for black women that reached out to these women. And they named me the Black Knight over the name I came in with. They gave me that name. And it's a name that I wear proudly. And it's a name that fits me because of my mentality towards black women. And my mentality towards black women is natural. It's never going to change. It was instilled in me since I was a young kid. It came out of my household. So it is who I am. I couldn't change if I wanted to. It's a part of me. And I'm never going to hate black women. So a lot of these guys, because I feel that way, they believe I hate black men. I don't. I'm willing to work with brothers. But don't ask me to hate black women in order to work with you. It's never going to happen. Because if you're asking me to hate black women in order to work with you, then we're never going to work together. I'd rather love my black women and work with no one than to work with someone and hate black women. You understand? I'd rather try to do everything myself. Now, do I believe that there's some brothers that can help this platform? And there's some brothers that I can help? Yes, I do. Will it ever come to fruition in the future? It might not. So I'm gonna tell you something. My platform is the way it is because I don't hate black women. A lot of people don't want to support me because I don't hate black women. And I know you think that's crazy, but it's true. A lot of dudes on here hate me because I don't hate black women. A lot of dudes on here hate my guts because I don't have a problem with black women. And I try to teach brothers to love black women. I try to teach brothers the good things about themselves with my gen culture. I try to teach brothers how to get along better with black women. I tell them about loving black women. Let go of this hatred shit. Don't believe in pimp culture. I say a lot of things. I talk a lot of things. But there are brothers who don't want to come to my platform because I don't hate black women. Even my debate champion, Rozzy. We can't really rock because of his stance on black women. I know he comes up here and he says he doesn't go against black women. But you see, Rozzy's one of them dudes that don't think there's no difference between the black man and the black woman. See, if you don't think there's a difference between a man and a woman, you got a serious problem. I'm gonna let you know that right now. You got a serious problem. If you want these dudes talking about, well, I don't treat a black woman no different than I treat a black man, you got a serious problem. Because if you treat men and women the same, you might be gay. Okay? You might want to check your sexuality. You might be gay. All right? Because a real man knows that there is a clear difference between a man and a woman. All the way across the board. There's nowhere on the board that a man and a woman are remotely the same. I've gone on record many times saying that when it comes down to a woman has a whole different set of rules. There's a whole different set of rules that you have to contend with when you're dealing with a woman. A woman is nothing like a man. And for you to be so foolish to sit up here and state that you treat a woman no different than you treat a man, well, that's your dumbass fault. And women, let me tell you something. You talking to a guy and he tells you that he don't see no difference between you and a man, you need to get away from that guy, because that's the kind of guy that's abusive. That's the kind of guy that'll put hands on you. Then come in here one more time. I'm frozen. I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. Sorry about that, y'all. But like I was saying, right? Dane, were you there? Where's my co-host? Okay, apparently she is not there. But like I was saying, right? There's brothers on here that I wouldn't mind working with, but I can't work with because of their stance on black women. And there's another thing too, right? We pretty much positioned our way out of helping each other. There's too many superficial standards that are being set on social media. One brother told me that he only goes to intellectual channels. Like that was supposed to be some impressive chain of thought. He really thought he was saying something when he said, "Oh, I only go to intellectual channels." Okay, so I appreciate you on this channel, so I appreciate you putting us in that. But then he said this was an intellectual channel. Well, then what are you over here for then? But you see, that kind of pompous, ridiculous mentality is what keep us from working to strive. I'm sorry, to keep us from working together. We have so much ill will towards each other, it's not even funny. We have so many superficial and fake standards, it's not even funny. Oh, I only go to intellectual channels. Oh, I only go to light skinned black people channels. I only go, well, I don't go to the dark skinned black people channels. Well, I only go to the tall black people channels. I only go to short black people channels. I only go to black people channels that eat hot dogs. Well, I only go to black people channels that eat chitlins. I only go to black people channels where they don't like black men. Well, I only go to black people channels where they don't like black women. I mean, all of these superficial standards really hurt us. We can't come together and have any kind of real discussion about anything. I tried to have some discussions with certain people, right? And it always end up like this. They have to know more than you. There's never a discussion where we can sit down and be like, hey man, listen, you know, here it is. This group of people over here, if they had some resources, they can probably build a supermarket or maybe a grocery store. You know, if we could just get some resources over there, we might be able to get things started. So and so over here has a hardware store. Maybe he can lend some, materials. No, it's not that. What's going to happen is that they need more than just resources. They have to have resources plus resources plus resources and then more resources. Not just resources. You got it wrong. Okay. See, these are weird conversations, right? You're like, hey man, those people over there are kind of hungry. You know, are the hamburgers ready for those people on the grill? No. Let me tell you what it is. Those people over there are hungry, and the hamburgers on that grill are going to feed those people. And then we're going to put more hamburgers on the grill to feed those same people. And then we're going to put more hamburgers on the grill and keep feeding those people until they're, fat stuffed pigs. That's what it is. So you were wrong by saying we're just going to use the hamburgers to feed those people. I mean, that's the kind of shit that we get into. Motherfuckers just want to talk and tell you the shit that they know. And at the end of the conversation, there is no solution. And then an accolade has been created. Yeah, so-and-so, yeah, man, know what he's talking about. All right, so-and-so know what he's talking about. Can we benefit from that information? Well, no, I never said we could benefit. I'm just saying so-and-so know what he's talking about. Okay. So we get a bunch of so-and-sos knowing what they're talking about, but at the end of the day, nobody can utilize the information that the so-and-sos are talking about. So basically, it was a conversation about nothing. And that's what it is. The conversations here on social media, it's very rare that they are about some real serious shit. It's just conversations with people who just want to tell you what they know. They've been researching. A lot of these people are failed academics. Okay, RBR is a huge failed academic. There are women and men out here who are failed academics. And they want to come online and beat you in the fucking head with their failed academics. They ain't even trying to have no conversation. They're smarter than you. They know more than you. They are the failures in academics. You're not. So they're going to come on here and tell you what the fuck's going on. And you're going to listen. And how dare you try to strike up a conversation with them? You're not smart enough. And that's what it is. That's why we can't fucking do shit. And then on top of that, when you're trying to have a conversation, right? And the motherfucker flips out on you, there's people in the chat that take sides. And now the chat gets into it. Before you know, the chat is like, well, yo, no, man, he's right and you're wrong. He's right and you're wrong. So now we don't. So now we've solidified the fact that we're not going to have a solution at all. It is now just a fucking intellectual rumble or a verbal rumble, and that's all it's going to be. It's not going to be anything that's going to produce anything that's going to help us get out of a losing position. Never mind the fact that black people are in the most dangerous situation in the entire world. We can't feed ourselves. We don't produce any fucking products. We fucking depend on everybody for damn near everything. Name one race of people we don't depend on. Okay? We depend on everybody to survive. And we don't care. You got some lunatic like RBR talking about some put white people in charge of our fucking government, but won't tell you shit about us not being able to survive. You got black people who done laid down. Talking about laying down for your enemy. They done laid down, got a blanket, a fucking pillow, a damn silly posturepedic mattress. They done laid down in style. Motherfucker talking about, man, fuck you. I ain't just laying down, motherfucker. I'm laying down in comfort, motherfucker. I got a silly posturepedic that I'm laying my ass on while I'm laying down. I got these big ass fluffy pillows I got from the body and bath store. Nigga, I got this big ass quilt. Nigga, I'm laying down in style. Motherfuckers are laying down in style. Happy to lay the fuck down. And we'll be the first ones to tell you that you need to do what the white people tell you to do. I've never heard a black man tell me that we need to put the white people in charge that's not going to kill us. And I know why I've never met a guy to tell me some shit like that. Because had I ran into a black man in my 20s who told me some shit like that, I would have developed the people's eyebrow, like The Rock, and probably would have been walking around with that motherfucker for a couple of years with my eyebrow permanently up like that. Now, if I would have met a motherfucker and I got in the 30s, told me some shit like that, I probably would have been walking around squinting, like I'm trying to see something because my face is screwed up. Because I'm confused as to what the fuck he's talking about. Now, in my 40s, I just would have told him flat out that he's fucking crazy. And that would have continued on into my 50s. Never heard a black man say, we need to put the white people in charge that's not going to kill us. And what's going through my mind, well, what kind of white people are they? Where are those white people? Check this out. I never had a black man tell me that the racists want to kill us. We need to keep them out of power and vote in the white supremacists. Well, why do you want to vote in the white supremacists? I mean, isn't that like defeating the purpose? No. The white supremacists don't want to kill us. I mean, you think about that for a second. If you're a black man and another black man comes and says, "Hey, listen, don't vote for the racists, vote for the white supremacists." I mean, what would go through your mind as a black man? Hey, don't vote for. Here come the election. Don't vote for the racist white people. Vote for the white supremacists. It's a hell of a choice, isn't it? I mean, that's a hell of a choice. Don't vote for the racists. Vote for the white supremacists. I've never ever heard a black man say some shit like that until I came on social media. Don't vote for the white racists. Vote for the white supremacists. And then top it off with the white supremacists spent 8 years under a black genius named Barack Obama, and the white supremacists are okay to vote for now because they learned how to govern. So I guess in that governorship, I guess somewhere in that, they learn how to govern, they forgot about killing us. Even though a lot of people was killed when Obama was president. I remember Obama was talking about this type of shit don't happen in civilized countries where people are being mass murdered like that, right? Talked about that a lot. I guess every time he wanted to please black people, he would sing a fucking Al Green song. He would sing an Al Green song and he would say, if he had a son, he would look like Trayvon, right? Remember that? If I had a son, he would look like Trayvon. Now, let me explain something to you. Bush was the president. I mean, not Bush. Trayvon, I'm about to say Trayvon. Trump was the president. If George Zimmerman had killed a white boy, do you think George Zimmerman would be in jail or dead? Or you would think Trump would say, if I had a son, he would look like the white boy that was killed by George Zimmerman. Let's say the white boy name was Danny, right? And George Zimmerman killed him. Do you think Trump would say, if I had a son, he would look like Danny? You think that would go down like that? Or would you think George Zimmerman's ass would be either in jail or dead? But Barack Obama, if he had a son, he looked like Trayvon. Then he goes and he rewrites Dr. Martin Luther King's I Have a Dream speech. How many of y'all remember that? Talking about guts. And Obama's I Have a Dream speech, it was out there, bro. Wonder how many people caught that. Dame, are you there? Give me a second, y'all. I'll be right back.
Hello, everyone. Oh, so, all right. What's up? And there's off. Chat about off duty. Oh my goodness. Yeah, yeah. So you never man who got shot by the off duty police officer? President Obama style. Alright. Yeah, I'm a Noah Islander, Joe, Botany, Chipotle
Yeah, I'm
Man.
back. Sorry
Yeah.
about that. I'm back, y'all. But yeah,
Mhm.
but I'm just saying, I don't think Trump would have went out like that. But when we were under Obama, it seemed like we faced more racist, white supremacist attacks than anything else. Then go on mute real quick. But you let RBR tell it. Obama gave us all of these things. He was talking about 30. You know what he said one time? He said that illegal immigrants bring in, I don't know, $8 billion or some shit. And then they bring them into black and brown communities. I'm trying to figure out where the hell that money's at. Talking about it's in black and brown community. What the fuck are you talking about? Where are these black and brown communities and shit? Supposed to be getting all of this money. I mean, I just sat here and watched him get his ass whooped on Teapot's debate. He had two debates back to back, one with BMT and one with the elder J Speech. Shout out to J Speech. Now, he likes to call people dumb a lot, right? But how smart is it to lose a debate with one style and then turn around and use the same style to lose another debate? You would think with all of his superior intellect that he would change up his style, right? No. I guess it's never going to dawn on him that he's undebatable. He cannot be debated because he's a lunatic. He's unbalanced. He can't make a sound argument. Everything he says is unstable and crazy and all over the goddamn place, like alphabet soup. You're never gonna do you will never win a debate like that, RBR. You can't win any debate. That's why you've never won one. And as long as you fucked up like that, you're gonna continue to lose debates. You're gonna be crying about everybody's fucking against you. You know, you're just a stupid fuck that don't realize it. Maybe you were smart at one point, but you're not now. You just constantly and continuously do stupid shit. I mean, it's stupid to lose a debate with one style and lose badly to BMT. I mean, he got murdered by BMT. It was a landslide. I don't even think RBR got one vote. Then turn around and use the same style and get blown out again, not receiving one vote. Not even from the people that came there to support him. Didn't get a vote for them either. But this ain't about him. This was about, and I'm about to get off here in a minute, but this was about, working with brothers and not being able to work with brothers simply because they have put the black woman up for a roadblock. And although I would like to work with some of these brothers, we can't work because we are separated at the black woman. When it gets down to the black woman, we go our separate ways. Alan Roger Curry, I don't really think is a bad guy. He's exploiting black men, teaching them how to date, which is I think is ridiculous. If you're 40 some years old, you gotta learn how to date. You're done. Hold on one second.
Uh-huh. Yeah. Yeah. 40 something. You need a dating coach.
Yeah, if you're learning how to date at the age 40, that's pretty much it, bro. May as well go on to get you a prostitute. But again, getting back to what I was saying, it's about being separated at the black woman. It's a shame that that's the way it is. It's unfortunate that that's the way it is. And believe it or not, a lot of the brothers that are separated, or at least separate with me at the black woman, are some of the brothers who are talking about we don't have any solutions. And what are the solutions? Well, one of the big solutions is for you not to use the black woman as a scapegoat. But they don't see that. Whoa, wait a minute. Hold on. Joseph Hillinger. Joseph Hillinger said RBR stepped into the land of being terminate banned for today. Drop the link. Come on up, Joe. Drop the link, Dane.
Okay, all right.
Joseph Hillinger only, please.
Hmm.
Drop the link.
All
Only
right.
Joseph Hillinger come up. Come on up, Joe. I got to hear this. Are we getting a gift? That piece of shit starting to get what he deserved? We definitely want to hear the receipts. While we're waiting for Joe to bring us the receipts. Oh man, if he got receipts, I'm going to blast. Oh man. Oh man. Oh man. If this is what I think it is, going to blast this all over YouTube. But anyway, while we waiting, okay, let him up, Dane. What's going on, Joe?
Doing well, doing well.
Lay it on us.
Well, it seems that I have uh, taped receipts. I actually recorded a couple of excerpts from Theron's outrageous um, broadcast today.
Yeah, it was crazy
Um,
today.
it was crazy. I'm not sure. I did record it on my telephone. I'm going to attempt to play them back through my microphone and hope the hell you guys can hear it properly. May I do that for you?
Well, wait a minute. What was being said? I don't want to. I don't want to play it on here
Oh,
and have
okay.
YouTube mistake it. Wait a minute. And have YouTube mistake that that's coming from our channel. Okay.
Uh, no, I
Yeah, I
understand.
don't want. I don't want to do that. No, I
I
don't want to
thought it
do
would
that. I don't
fall
want to.
under fair use, but maybe not.
No, but you can go ahead and just tell us what happened. Just give us
Oh,
a description of what happened,
okay. Well, okay. The first thing he did was he disparaged Dame.
right?
Um, I didn't write it out, but it is available for somebody to listen to. But basically, what she said, she's a bitch, she's a fat ass, you're a fat ass,
Right. Right.
okay, you're the Hulk, all that kind of stuff.
Mhm.
Very disparaging. I mean,
Mhm.
people keep wondering, why in the heck am I going after this guy? I mean, the evidence is piling up, piling up, piling up to the point where
Mhm.
if you're not, if you don't get to the point where you just walk away from this guy and say, hey, go suck a root beer or something, I don't know.
Mhm.
Then the
Mhm.
second thing was he was talking to Verbal,
Mhm.
and he said to her, "Bitch, you'd be singing another tune if um, if I had $30 billion. I'd take you to a
Hold on one.
hotel."
Hold on. Hold on one second. Hold on one second. Nah, Rodney, I don't want. I don't want to play that because if he's in that danger area, I don't want to play it on here because I don't want YouTube. I don't want the algorithm to mistake that shit for coming from this channel. You know what I'm saying? Because it's certain things that the algorithm pick up. And I don't know if it differentiates between channels, and I don't want to take the chance. That's why we don't want to pull up because if he's in that danger zone, we definitely don't want to play it. But go ahead, Joe.
Okay, thank you. Then the other thing he said to Verbal was, "If I could get the $30 billion, I'll take
Hmm.
you to a hotel and fuck the shit out of you."
Okay, well let's keep we get the hint. You don't got to keep the descriptive language to a minimum. We don't want to
Okay,
we don't
all
want to
right,
say exactly what he said. You know what I'm saying?
okay. I'm sorry.
Right.
I hope I didn't get you in trouble.
Uh.
Anyways, those are the two receipts I have at this time. If anyone's interested in listening to them without
Hmm.
fear of, and I understand your concern. I do.
Hmm.
You
Hmm.
don't want to get yourself flagged, and all of a sudden
Yeah,
you might
exactly.
go,
I don't want the algorithm picking that up. Yeah, thinking that
you
that's
go
coming from
down
us.
there and it rises to the cream of the crop or something. You know what I mean?
Well, it's not even about that. It's just that I don't want them to think that that comes from this channel. We don't promote that kind of filth over here. We don't
No,
talk
I
to women
totally.
like that. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
I know you don't talk to them like
Hmm.
that.
Hmm.
I'm not sure how you present that kind of evidence. Maybe I don't know. I'm tinkering with the idea of getting my own,
Well,
site.
I don't understand. I don't understand how the flag system works because I've been talking to people. They say they've been flagging this dude every day. There are people in this chat that flag that dude every day. There
Yes.
are other people that flag him every day. I don't understand how to what is but there were some people that can flag him one time and his channel will come down.
Well, there's a secret to that.
Uh
All
huh.
right. Now I'm going to flag this to the powers to be because I
Uh
have
huh.
the tape. I've got the timestamp. I have the quotes. This is something
Mhm.
I can send to YouTube, which I've
Mhm.
done before, and they will take a look at it because I've given them a certain timestamp to look at, a certain language for them to be looking out for. And once they do that, 9 times out of 10, I will see a result where Theron will get flagged down, or if nothing else, uh, that um,
Oh,
that
so
broadcast
that's what it is. Okay, you just can't just flag his channel and say
arbitrary.
something. Right.
Exactly,
So, oh,
exactly.
so you be specific and get him a time. Oh, okay.
Got to have
That's what it
receipts.
is.
Yes, you have to have receipts.
Oh.
That's why I could say to you what I'm saying. Okay, and if anyone
Uh.
were to flag you for that,
Mhm.
I got receipts showing it's the truth. And if you want to find out where the truth lies, here you go. That's how that
Uh-huh.
works with YouTube.
Oh, because I'm like, how the hell? I mean, people say they flag him, but then one person will flag him and his channel come down.
Right,
They flag him one time, there's his channel's offline.
right.
Like, the fuck? Like,
That's
okay.
because you have to have receipts. You just can't be flying off the handle and say, well, Theron said this and Theron said that and yada, 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 yada. Uh-uh. They don't look at something like that. On the other hand, if you have the timestamp and you have the quote and you're able to put that in your complaint, they will then
Mm-hmm.
look at that, and you've given them a specific place to look. You've given them a
Mm-hmm.
specific quote to look for. And once they do that, that's when they can take action. I've done this before, so I know how it works.
Uh-huh. Okay. So BMT shut him down for copyright violation. Okay, I got you. Okay.
Well, not only that, but there's a whole bunch of other things that he can um, be dinged at, which is profanity, which is abuse, which
Uh-huh.
is hate speech, which is
Yeah,
all
because
those
I say,
things.
because like I was telling him, like I'm like, look, there are white people who can't get away with what he's doing.
Exactly.
Like,
But
how
they
the
don't.
hell is he getting? But yeah, I mean, if he was white, they'd have shut his channel down by now.
Well, you have to know how to do it in the proper format. That's the problem.
Yeah.
Most people do not know. Most people in Theron's audience does not know how to take him down through the proper channels. And
Uh-huh.
I'm trying to inform you that this is the way I've done it in the past, where he's had to
Mm-hmm.
take it down, or he's it's taken down by YouTube. 9 times out of 10, sometimes he realizes he stepped over the line and he'll take it down himself. Although I learned from that past behavior to record it and have that recording in my possession before he has a chance to take it down.
Mm-hmm.
So these are things you learn over 20 years in how to make sure that what you're saying is the truth, and you have the receipts of those truths. It's like he keeps saying that I have false documents. Well, I keep saying that go ahead, turn me into the feds. I'm waiting at the door for them to
No
slap the
false
handcuffs on
documents.
me.
Who the hell forges federal documents? You got to be crazy trying to
Exactly.
forge federal documents.
Exactly. I mean, if that was true, my God, they'd be knocking on my door, putting cuffs on me with before I
Yeah.
have a chance to go to the bathroom. You know,
Yeah.
I
By
mean,
well,
but that's the way he's able to fool his audiences. He's looking for fools to support him, and these fools will continue to support him, not because of any intelligence. No, they're
mm-mm,
supporting him because of an inability to know what he's doing. They are not educated, or they're undereducated to the
mm-mm.
way that Theron does his way of doing his podcast. His and I love the fact that
Well,
he
he
called podcasts, but that's exactly what they are.
well, he's not getting anything, but I know exactly what he's doing. I just didn't know how to go about getting rid. Because I'm saying to myself too, I can't believe this guy. If he was white, he'd have been gone already.
Well, like I
You
said,
know.
if I was able to give you I didn't write down the exact quote about what he said about your sister, but boy, I
Uh-huh.
tell you, I think it would. Maybe I shouldn't let you hear it because you're probably crawling through the lines trying to get to his throat. But anyway, um, he he the way he disparages name is beyond any respect that a black woman should be should be receiving from anybody, much less a black man. It's uh, it's an atrocity to women as a whole that he would be doing something like that.
Yeah, yeah. It
Oh, Dame.
is.
Hello,
And
Dame.
it just, hmm
Hello, Dame.
hey, yeah, and it just makes women want to go at him, which is what I think he really wants. He wants the excuse to fuss and fight and curse him out.
Well, yeah, he's looking to press buttons. The man knows how to press people's buttons. It's like I say, he's like a dog pounding on a keyboard. You know, he keeps pounding on the keyboard until he hits a key or a set of keys that sets you off, and then you get all angry, and he starts laughing maniacally, and says, "Down goes whatever, down goes whoever." You know, it's
The thing about it is, he keeps talking about I'm lying on him. He never said nothing about. I'm like, you fool. Yeah, I don't understand how he can just lie like that. This dude is just Phil. I believe he is incapable of telling the truth.
you know what I thought of doing. Um,
Mm.
Maximums. I was thinking, yeah, I think it would be lovely if I was able to do a debate with Theron, but we'd have to do it off one of his recorded podcasts. In other words, he
Hmm.
would say something, and then I would give him my rebuttal, and then he would say something, and I would give my
Yeah,
rebuttal.
you know what? I thought about doing that too, but can't we get flagged? You can flag us down for that, right?
For what?
Because we'll be using one of his videos.
We don't have to use this video. We just use his rhetoric.
Okay.
Yeah, we just use his rhetoric. I mean, yeah, you could probably use his intellectual property and not violate his copyright because we're
Hmm.
doing it under fair use and we're using it for research and for
Hmm.
educational purposes. So I don't see how he could flag us for copyright. He could try, but you know, by that time the barn door is you know, the horse has gone out the barn door and still says closing it now. It's just
Right.
it's an exercise in education is what I'm saying, and
No.
it is
Okay.
a possibility to make that happen if you're willing to put your platform up to that um, to that
Yeah,
position.
I was thinking about doing that because that would make him mad because he's not there to debate.
Oh, he's already
He
been
doesn't.
there debating. If you remember, he sits up on his own channel and he debates with himself, and he
Mm-hmm.
always wins those debates. I mean, come on. Hey, Theron, what do you think? Well, I don't know. What do you think,
I, I
Harvey?
I watched a Teapot special. I can't play it tonight because I got to go to sleep soon.
Oh, it's
But
okay.
he lost. He took on BMT on Teapot. He
Yes.
lost that debate badly.
Hmm.
Then had the nerve to take on Jay Speed with the same premise, with the same style, and lost that too.
Hmm.
I'm like, you dumbass. I mean, the first, it didn't work the first time. So why did you change up?
Well, the only way his arguments work is when it's on his channel and he has total control of the content. Those
Yeah,
are the only way
yeah.
those arguments work. You know, you go and get in there and you try to go and use your argument. I mean, how many times does he just kick people
Let
off?
me
Just phew.
let me ask you a question.
Sure,
You've known him for a little while now, right? You've
a
known him
little
for okay. When he was
20,
on
20
B,
years.
okay, when he came on BT, did you know him then?
BET.
Yeah, when he was on old drama,
Oh
okay,
yes, yes, yes.
and he had the big motorcycle leather jacket on and all that shit.
I
Okay,
knew him just after that. Yes,
okay, let me ask,
that's what actually got me interested in him because, you know, what he was saying was like, hey, wait a minute, that's something I can get behind. That's something that makes sense.
yeah, it actually made sense back then, right?
Yeah.
I'm wondering, did something happen to him
Oh, you
where
know,
he just mind something happened to he
I
just
think I think he's suffering from a large level of frustration. He's been doing this for 20 years. He still has the 2,300 subscribers that he paid for. It hasn't gone up, it hasn't gone down during all that time. Um, he's tried every different angle he possibly could think of to try to get more subscribers and everything like that. And unfortunately, he didn't want to listen to me, so he's not getting the more subscribers that he wants. And so after a
yeah, I
while, he
noticed.
goes nuts.
Yeah, I noticed his subscribers haven't went up one or two since I've known him.
Exactly.
Is that the same number?
Yes, it's been the same number now for the past 15 years.
Yeah, it's like how okay, you haven't gotten one subscriber either up with you have he hasn't even lost a subscriber.
No, I mean that. Yeah, it's kind of
Yeah, I
hard
mean
to
it's like it's a
difficult.
yeah, it's like it's just a static number. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
It just sits there like that. I'm like, wait a minute, dude, you haven't lost one subscriber or gained one subscriber. Like, I don't understand. His channel is weird, man. It's like, dude, like your channel has no life to it.
I don't know if you knew, but in the past
Uh,
you could buy subscribers
yeah,
if you were willing to pay X amount of dollars, depending on how many subscribers you wanted. You could pay that money, and they you would get those subscribers assigned to your channel. So you know it's been the same way since that time, and it hasn't changed, as you say, by one person.
hey, comment on this comment here, Joe. You
Sure,
got Vindicator, who's an RBR guy, but I
sure.
like Vindicator. I like, he seems like a person of substance. That's why I gave him a wrench. But his comment is, he says he likes and enjoys RBR, but communication could use some improvement among all of us.
Oh, I agree with Vindicator 100%.
Hmm.
Um, RBI has had untold amounts of time to do improvement. He's had, oh God, um, so much education provided to him, not only just from me, but from other listeners. Even to this day, you still have people just like Vindicator that's basically saying, everyone can use improvement, but at what point do you begin to realize that there is no improvement? That it's just the same thing over and over and over and over and over again.
Right, and realize that somebody is just out of their damn mind, dude. Like, this guy's crazy, man. Like, I ain't never seen anything like this. This dude is
I, I,
crazy.
I give Vindicator the benefit of the doubt because unfortunately he probably doesn't have as much time as someone like me who's been really trying to help Theron become a better personality on his platform. But when he starts attacking women and children, no, no, that's the
Okay,
end.
right. Okay, Vindicator says the brother has the right idea. I don't know about that either, man, because when you're telling me to vote between racists and white supremacists, you're saying don't vote for the racists because they want to kill us. Let's vote for the white supremacists because they don't want to kill us. I mean, it's really a bad choice. I don't.
It's a Hobson choice, you know.
Yeah, then you're saying, and then you're trying to make me believe it by saying that the white supremacists spent 8 years under Obama and learned how to govern, so it's safe to vote for the white supremacists?
Who has the racist DNA, by the way.
Right, who has race DNA. Now, before Obama came, was it safe to vote for white supremacists then? I mean, what was he saying before Obama came? What was he saying about the races and the white supremacists? Who was he telling you to vote for then? There was
Uh,
no Obama.
Hillary Clinton.
Right. So yeah. So I I don't know about that either, Vindicator. Is he on the right track? I don't know what that. I'm not even sure what that is when it comes to him. As far as being on the right track. You
Well,
know,
no,
I,
and
I,
no one, and Vindicator, no one expects you to agree
so
with
Maurice.
anybody.
Mm,
No one expects you to agree with anybody 100% of the time. Does does Theron have the right idea? In some respects, he does have the right idea. But then he goes and he shoots himself in the foot at least 5 or 6 times in just one podcast to the point where people go, is this guy really for real? I mean, even if you come up and you agree with him, he still turns around and bites you in the butt because
Okay,
I don't know.
right, Vindicator. You said he's right about blacks coming from a rich foundation to culture. Yeah, he may be true about that, right? But he doesn't support that himself, though. He calls black people dumb N words, and that we're too dumb and we're stupid and we're the bottom 1% of blacks. So what happened to the
Well,
other 99% of blacks?
and where's the productivity in that?
Exactly, and then he doesn't support anybody black that isn't following Joe Biden or Kamala Harris. So
True.
if you're a black person that doesn't agree with Kamala Harris or Joe Biden or whatever, then you're a dumb Negro. And I mean, I don't get it. He says all these things, but then turns around and produces all of this anti-black behavior. I don't get all of that. He doesn't treat us or talk to us like we come from a rich background or foundation. He doesn't even support black culture. And if you try to go up there and say to him, okay, listen, we black and this is what we want to do to further ourselves, he'll shoot it down. I mean, I've tried, Arthur has tried. We've tried to give him positive solutions that black people need to go in. He won't let, he shuts it all down. He doesn't believe that we can think for ourselves. He doesn't. He just thinks that we all third graders and we're dumb and we're stupid and we all should listen to him because he's the smartest black person on the earth and he's a borderline. I mean, the dude is just insane, bro. How anybody can make sense of him is beyond me. Well, I don't know about that either. When you're talking about Obama being better, I mean, they killed a lot of black people under Obama's watch too. And what did Obama really do that helped black people? You could say he did the Crime Act thing, but that was going to get done without him. They was already working on that before he came into office. Okay, and so I mean the whole Trayvon Martin thing, right? When he talked about Trayvon Martin, if he had a son, he looked like Trayvon. Is that just a symbol or a cookie for black people to be satisfied with? A so-called black president saying that if he had a son, he looked like Trayvon. Let's be realistic. You think Trump would have said that if Trayvon was white? Do you think, matter of fact, if Trayvon was white, do you think George Zimmerman would be free right now? No. I guarantee he wouldn't be free. He'd be either in jail or dead. Okay, but because he was black, and we got a black president talking about if he had a son, he looked like Trayvon. I mean, that doesn't really do anything for us except pacify us. But then singing the Al Green songs, I thought was really out of line. The Al Green songs was just terrible, and it's just a bunch of symbolism. Didn't really do anything for us. And all of this shit he talking about $30 billion in Pell Grants and all this shit and middle class tax cuts, and he got 94% of, first of all, 94% of black people aren't in the middle class. That's not even true. But if you challenge him on that, he fudges the numbers and he makes up what a family is supposed to be. To him, a family is a female and a male dog with a kid. That's a family. So his whole thing about black families is all murky too. There's no 94% of black people in the middle class. You fucking kidding me? Have you seen the unemployment rate amongst black people? That's not even mathematically possible at this point. For 94% of us to be in the goddamn 94%. Hell, white people, White people ain't 94% in the middle class. I don't think anybody in this country is in the middle class at 94%. I don't think any race of people in the country is in the middle class in that high of a percentage. 94% with 4% left. There's 20. Was it? That's 44 million black people. 46 million black people. 94% of 40 some million black people. Come on, bro. Seriously? No.
Can I bring up one more issue that was
Yeah.
discussed today? That had
Mhm.
to do with the federal bureau system, bureau prison system. He kept saying that all penitentiaries are under the control of the federal bureau of bureau of prisons, United States Bureau of Prisons. It's not. The only ones that they have
Mhm.
control over is the federal prisons.
The
He
federal
kept saying,
prisons, yeah.
right. He kept saying, well, if the federal prisons are in the state, then they have control of the state prisons. It's like, no, that's not the way it works. There's only two federal prisons in the state of Florida. The rest of the prisons are subjected to the rules and the laws of the state of Florida.
State. Uh-huh.
And so he kept trying to find a way to blur the line by running into the website and trying to find something, anything that would support his position. And it just he didn't find anything that supported the position that the Bureau of Federal Prisons controls the state prisons, but he will tell you that they do. So
Yeah, I saw that.
yeah. So again, that's his way of twisting things around, making things try to fit his uh, rhetoric and his way of thinking, and try to convince other people that he's thinking the same way. God forbid you get up on his program and come up with the evidence just like I did. I probably wouldn't last more than what?
Now
10
you're gonna get kicked off and get
seconds?
told you're a Nazi, you're trying to kill everybody black, and you
Exactly.
wanna, you know, kill.
Yeah.
I mean, has anybody told them how ridiculous it sounds
How can
that
you?
they
He
want to
won't
kill
let you.
everybody on Earth?
He won't let you. He won't let.
I'm just saying that they want to kill. Not wow.
I know. I know.
I mean, Nazis aren't even that stupid.
Well, they tried, but they
I
failed.
mean, we killed 90% of the people. Okay. Oh man. I really feel, yo, man, this dude. And then again, you talking about some 94%. Man, ain't no 94% middle class anywhere in this country, dude. With no one. Okay? No one is 94% in the middle class, bro. Where the fuck you even get? Where's he even getting that from?
I have no idea. I couldn't begin to
Like,
tell you where he's getting that from.
nobody's in no 94. Yeah, fucking 94%. Nobody's in that range, bro. 94% of black people. Fuck out of here.
Or the
What are you
bottom
talking about?
1%. Or the bottom 1%.
The bottom 1%.
Yeah, that's the other one he likes saying. You're all bottom 1%, a bunch of third graders. That's all
Okay,
you
so
are.
the bottom 1%, that leaves 98%, right?
Right.
So, so let's do the math on that. So, 98% of the black people are left. So 94% of the middle class. So what are the other 4% doing? Fuck, they
Well,
watching Steve Harvey or fucking the goddamn
probably.
Huxtables?
Prob-
Fuck,
no,
man.
that would be the people that are within his class, the 4%.
Are those the people that are watching him? He keeps showing us that damn statistic every day. You know what I'm saying? Those 4% of blacks are the ones who are watching him, watching the
Uh,
truth.
I guess
Uh,
so. I love the way he keeps
fuck out of
shifting.
here.
I love the way he keeps shifting from being a journalist to being a college professor. I mean, it's like, okay, you
College
don't.
professor.
Oh yeah, you haven't heard one yet.
Nobody is going to hire this dude to teach anything.
He doesn't have a diploma to be a journalist. How does he have a diploma to be a PhD?
Not a journalist. I can't even see a news station. Maybe at one point when he was younger and he was in
Yeah,
his right state of mind, maybe there was some potential there.
right.
But now, or whenever he cracked, whenever he turned cuckoo, no, absolutely not.
Yeah,
Maybe that was maybe that was possible at one point. Okay, but no, absolutely not. I would, man, nobody would even fucking. And he keep talking about his page with all these ads, dude. There's no ads on his page.
no, no.
Has anyone ever told him that when you deem your content is advertiser unfriendly, that an advertiser company is not going to advertise on your site? Why would they do that? Your content is deemed advertiser unfriendly.
Well, the funny part about it, the way he looks at it in analyticals is so convoluted, it isn't funny. The way I boil it down is this way. Okay, Google and YouTube has created what I consider to be a carousel of stages to which people will affix their platform to that stage. Okay. Now, people will come in and they will look at the different stages. Now, if a stage interests them, they will stop on that stage and maybe spend some time watching the show. Now, depending on how long they stay on the stage, okay, will depend on what their analyticals are going to come out to and their pay per views. And if they are deemed well enough to get 1,000 people watching their show at the same time, okay, then that's when YouTube will invest in that stage and the people on that platform and will then pay them X amount of dollars for 1,000 views. That's
Mm-hmm.
basically in a nutshell how that all works.
Mm-hmm.
And you'd be hard pressed to convince Darren that that's
No, according to him, Google owes us $30 billion, and and for some reason he can't seem to find a lawyer to take the case. You know,
let me tell you, if he had a viewership that was worth $30 billion, he'd be more popular than the president of the United States. Okay,
you fucking kidding me? They'd be beating the lawyers back with a stick. Fucking lawyers would be stalking them and shit. $30 billion. All right, Joe, we got to get out of here, man. Thanks for coming
I
up.
know. We do, we do, we
Mm.
do. Hey, thank you
All
for
right,
letting
man.
me on, Dame.
No problem,
If
man.
you're still there, good night.
Dang.
She's
She's
probably falling
probably.
asleep.
Oh,
Yeah.
let me go wake her up real quick. I'll be right
No,
back.
no,
Go
no!
wake her
Don't
up.
do it! Don't do it! Don't do it! Let her sleep. I'm out of here.
All right, everyone. So you can't you can't be in ad considering the strong offensive language from raping women and children to death threats. You're insensitive about it. Content evaluation of which meets the standard. Yeah, he don't get that. He wants to insist that it's because he's black or they don't want to pay him some money. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah, sorry about that, y'all. We just did an impromptu. We'll be back on tomorrow though, and we can get back into it. I'm kind of curious about this 94%. I want to look up tomorrow who is really like in that percentile or close to it. See if there is a race of people in this country living 94. I don't believe there is, but we'll see. But it's definitely not black people. That we can lay to rest. It might be Asians. Asians may be close. Could be Arabs. It could be Hindus. But we'll see. We'll find out who in the country is living close to 94% the middle class, if not more than 94%. I don't think anybody is, but we'll figure it out tomorrow. We'll find it. Uh, all right. Thanks, Vindicator, for coming through. Kendall Rowland. Yeah. Why we care so much about RBR? Well, Kendall, I don't. You don't know RBR. He's burned a few bridges, said a few things he should have never said, did some things, crossed a few lines, and that's why there's an attack on him right now. He done lost his mind, and you
Mm-hmm.
know, and
Yeah.
okay, yeah, Joe, yeah, I agree with you. I don't think anybody is. I just want to take a quick look, but just to see who's like the highest, could be Asians. I don't even think white people are living that high of a percentage in the
Mm-hmm.
middle class. Might be Asians though. Asians might be somewhere over 50%, somewhere around there because they are living good. Um, but Kendall, this RBR thing is a little different animal. It's not that we care about him, but he stepped over the line on a few things.
Mm-hmm.
But anyway, our content ain't gonna be consumed by him. I got some other things I want to do.
Mm-hmm.
Again, trying to work with some brothers on here on YouTube about some solutions, but they keep throwing a black woman in the way of production. So I'm trying to get that straightened out. Even Teapot, man, over there. He's a brother that can get some things going, but he has an issue with black women too.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, this thing with black women is stopping a lot of brothers from working together, and we gotta be able to get past that. It's stopping me from working with brothers because I can't get down with them because of the stance they have on black women. So I got to go my separate way. I can't roll with them. They hate black women. So we can't work together, even though they may have some things that we can use as a solution for black people.
Mm-hmm.
We can't go any further because of our stance on black women.
Right.
So, all right, Dame, my little sister's sleepy, so let me let her get her rest. All right, y'all, then cue the music up. All right, y'all, we'll talk more about this tomorrow. Definitely on Gangsta Talk. Thank everybody for showing out tonight. Joe, my man, the Islander. Thanks, Vindicator, for coming through. Kendall Rowland, Miss FedEx, and the rest of the E Nation. Joe Hillinger. Yo, man, we'll holler at y'all tomorrow. Peace, power, and unity. Then get us up on out of here.